Presence sometimes is the answer that God gives to the questions that we ask. So it's okay to ask the questions because God has made you with capacity to be able to apprehend why explanations. I'm simply saying to you that there is probably no answer that you get that does not have capacity to generate another question. So a point comes when you are going to have to learn to trust in the one who is the answer. When we sing Jesus is the answer for the world today, above him there is no other. Jesus is the way. It is true that in the midst of your darkest darkness, you would find out that the things that carry you through are not propositional information or answers. It will be presence. That's why people always say things like, I really value that guy. He was one of the people that stood with me during our trying times. For though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil. Why? Not because I hear a lot. It is for thou art with me. Sometimes the answer that God brings are not propositional, they are personal. God's answer many times will be presence. Presence. I don't understand this, but he's here. There's really not a lot that anybody can say to you if you are really going through the veil of genuine pain. What can any human person say to you that, like the friends of Job, their greatest seasons of utility was when they were quiet. That's why you notice that children sometimes, we are in Nigeria here, and our electricity is one of the most unreliable things in this part of the world. So sometimes maybe you have like a 2-year-old in the room and it is dark, but there's light. So the guy is playing 8 p.m. Suddenly, there's a blackout. And then the boy begins to scream and because he's afraid of the dark. Then you also reflexively, out of reflex, you run into the room. And you're like, John, what's the matter? Oh, no, everywhere is dark. It's okay, don't worry, I'm here. You will notice that the moment you step into the room, John will stop crying. The little boy will stop crying. But you didn't come with lantern. You did not come with torchlight. The place is still dark. But the boy is no longer crying. Why? Because presence many times is superior to answers. I'd rather have God in the dark than be alone in the light. Because soon enough you will realize, as the songwriter says, that his presence is heaven to the soul of the initiated. The psalmist says, this God is my God. Forever he will be my guide from now even unto death. That's the reason why the other songwriter says, I fear no foe with thee at hand to bless. Death has no ill and grave no bitterness. Where is death's sting and grave thy victory? I triumph still if thou abide with me.